This is another type of questions where the very first one is here they have given the sum of the fourth term and the eighth term. This is not sum of four terms and eight terms. That becomes S4 and S8. So here they're telling only the fourth term and the eighth term which are there in an AP. Let's say the AP is whose first term is A, then the general term A plus D with a common difference of D, A plus 2D. Yeah. Let's assume the AP to be in this format. Right. So going ahead with the condition 1, it says that T4, the fourth term, plus the eighth term of the AP is 24. All right. Similarly, they've given another condition which states that the sum of the sixth term, not the sixth term, sixth term and the 10th term is 44. So when I, T of n formula, so going ahead with that, that is A plus, this is fourth term, so A plus 3D plus A plus 7D, because T of nth term, if you want, I'm just writing it over here. T of nth term is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 into D, which we have done before also, the questions based on this. So this is summating to 24. So this is nothing but when I try to simplify this, this is A 10D equals 24. Yeah. So this is A plus 5D is nothing but 12, right? Because 2 is common. So that's my first equation. Coming ahead with the same thing. This is A plus 5D plus A plus 9D equals 44. So when I try to simplify this, this is 2A plus 14D equals 44. Again, what is common? 2 is common. So A plus 7D equals 22. That's my second equation. So when we try to solve these two simultaneously, because we have two equations, two variables. So when I try to solve this simultaneously, so this becomes A plus 5D equals 12 and A plus 7D equals 22. So what I do is, since A is having the same coefficient, I just change the signs. So when I change the sign, A gets cancelled. Left out is nothing but minus 2D equals minus 10. So D becomes 5. That's my common difference. On substituting D in the first, this one, that's the first equation, let's say. Substituting D equals 5 in equation 1. That is A plus 5D equals 12. Yeah. So this is nothing but A plus 5 into 5 equals 12. A is equal to 12 minus 25, nothing but A turns out to be minus 13. That's value of A. So I have my common difference, I have my first term. So definitely I can find out, so we'll have to find out the three terms, that is nothing but the first three terms, basically. So when you find out the first three terms of the same AP, so first three terms. So when you find out the first three terms, the first three terms is A, comma, A plus D, and A plus 2D. So on substituting this, you get minus 13 as as the first term. This is minus 13 plus 5, which is nothing but minus. So you can just keep adding plus 5 to it. Please keep it in bracket. Easier to understand. Okay. And this is nothing but minus 3. So that's your first 3 terms. You can just go ahead finding much more, whichever is required. Going ahead with the next type of question. Fine. The first term of an AP is 20 and the sum of the first 7 terms is 2100. So what they have given is the first term is given to me, which is nothing but A. A is given as 20 and this first 7 terms, that is S7, is 2100. What should I find? I should find T of 31. So always write whatever is given, whatever is being asked. It becomes easier to identify. So you will have to start from S of 7 itself, which is nothing but given by n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into. That's a basic general formula for S of n terms. Instead of 7, I'm just writing it would be better if I write S of n terms. So this is, let's say you are finding S7, which is given to you, that's why 7 by 2, 2 into 20 plus 7 minus 1 into d, because you have to find out the value of d, because we just know the first term and we know the number of term, but we don't know the common difference, so we'll have to find out the common difference. So common difference from here, when I try to find out the 7 terms, this is nothing but 2 1, sum of 7 terms is 2100. 7 by 2, this is 40, correct, plus 60. Yeah. So this becomes 2100 into 257 equals 40 plus 60. 7 3s are 21. 300 into 2 is 600. Minus 40 is equal to 60. That is 560. Correct? You get this amount. Okay. Now when I have to solve for D, this is nothing but 6 9s are 54. This becomes D is in decimal point. Just let's check if any calculation is wrong, because generally D is integer. So whenever in boards as well, you get some decimal values, just recheck your calculations just to see. The first term of an AP is 20. Yes, sum of its first term is 7. 7 first term is 2100. Okay, 31st term I have to find out. Things sounds good. 7 3s are 21. 300 into 2 is 600. Minus 40 is 560. Absolutely. So okay. I think definitely you are getting a fractional value. So we'll just try to keep it in the fractional format itself. 2 3s are 6. 2 2s are 4. 5 2 8s are 16. 0. Yes. 280 by 3. That's the value of D that we are getting. We keep this. Let's see. Whenever we get a decimal or a fractional value, it's little bit on the. We'll have to recheck the values. That's why I just checked. So now what do I have to find? The 31st term. So T31 is equal to A plus 30B. It's not mechanics, so anyways. T31 A is 20 plus B is this much by 280 by 3. So look at the beauty of this question. The final answer is an integer, but the common difference is a fractional value. So generally, immediately you see, when I did the question, I was a little bit skeptical because B generally doesn't turn out to be, till now whatever questions we have done, it doesn't turn out to be a fractional value. It was always an integer, negative or positive. So, but you see, the beauty of it is towards the end when you come and you just find out the 31st term, that is nothing but, so keep it in fraction, don't try to find out in decimal. It is definitely cancelling it out. So T31 is equal to 20 plus 2800. So this is T31 2820. That's my value of the 31st term. That's a value. Yeah. Good questions because it's people generally find it in decimal point and then go and substitute. Please be careful over here. Don't substitute or don't find the value of d in decimal point. Rather, keep it in fractional value. So it's getting cancelled. Okay. This is something which is quite interesting because the sum of n natural numbers is given by something. So S of n given to you is 5n square plus 4n. So in this, you see, you don't have the first term, neither do you have the common difference, neither do you have the sum of any value, nothing. And they're asking you to find out the t of 8th term, right? T8, they're asking you to find it out. How do I do? So I always told you need to have either the first term, that's a, or common difference d, and then it becomes very easy to find the rest of the things because they'll garden. But also in the very first class, I mentioned that whenever you have S1 and S2, you can, S1 is nothing but your first term. S2 when you have, you can find out the second term, subtract that two, you can find out the common difference. So we'll use that into consideration and solve our question. So I'll substitute n is equal to 1. So when I substitute n is equal to 1, S of 1 is nothing but just substitute everywhere 1. So 5 into 1 square plus 4 into 1. That is nothing but S1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. Now this is your first term, right? This is your S. Sum of one term is what? First term itself, which is nothing but T1. Okay. Now let's substitute n is equal to 2. Always find two consecutive, first sum of two consecutive terms becomes easier to find out this second. So S2 is 5 2 square plus 4 into 2. Okay. So this is nothing but S2 is 4 5s are 20 plus 8, that is 28. You have sum of one term and the sum of two terms. What do I get on subtracting two consecutive terms? The term itself. So to find out what is S2, S2 is basically nothing but S1, sum of one term, plus the second term. So let's find out T2. So that is 28. Right. So now what we're trying to do is finding out the second term. 9 plus T2. So when you find this out, this turns out to be T2 is 28 minus 9, correct? T2 is 19. From here you get your second term as 19 and the first term is 9. So just writing a little bit more. T1 is basically 9, which you got as a S1. T2 from the necessary equations, you could find that out as to be 19. And from here, what do I get? I can find out D, the common difference. That is T2 minus T1, 19 minus 9. So D is equal to 10. So I have my A, I have D. So I can find out T of 8. So T of 8 is basically A plus 7D. So T8, A is 9 because that's the first term, plus 7 into 10, which is the common difference. So T8 is nothing but 70 plus 9, 79. Okay, here till here. So these are few basic. This is a good question. The previous one, because D is not in the integer value, so it becomes a little bit important for you people to identify how to solve these questions. Okay, here. Let's go to the next type of question, which is nothing but where you have consecutive numbers into picture. So they state the sum of three terms in an AP is given to you. So whenever three terms, now you might be thinking, which three terms do I consider? So it's always better if you consider consecutive numbers, and then definitely so that becomes easier for you to solve the questions. So it's three terms. So we'll consider the three consecutive terms. So let three consecutive terms, one sec, sorry. Let's write the statement. Let the three consecutive numbers of the AP be the general format. A minus B, A, and A plus D. Let these three terms be there. Now, as for the given condition, we have the sum of the three terms, that is A minus D plus A plus A plus D is nothing but summating to 33. So from this, D and D gets cancelled. This is nothing but 3A is equal to 33. So from here, you get A is nothing but equal to 11. So this is the major purpose of we using consecutive numbers. If you remember in the initial classes, we did that. Also, they mentioned that the product of the product of these numbers are nothing but 1155. So that is A minus D into A into A plus D, that is equal to 1155. So you know the value of A. So before that, if you see A minus D and A plus D, you can definitely think of A square minus B square format. So that is nothing but A square minus D square, because we need to find out the value of D here. The major purpose is that 1155. So A square from here is 11 square. So let's substitute first. Minus D square into A is again 11, which is equal to 1155. Now don't multiply like a fool. Okay. Rather, what you can do is 121 minus D square, just keep it as it is. And this will become, you can just divide it. So this is 11 ones are 11, 0, 5, 105. So from here, 121 minus 105 is basically D square. Yeah. So this is nothing but D square is equal to 16. So D is nothing but, it could be plus minus 4. D is nothing but plus minus 4. We can consider both of it, depending on whether it is an increasing DP, increase in AP, or a decreasing AP, not DP. Okay. So let's, in the initial case, let's consider what we have to find. We have to find the terms. So let's consider D to be negative. Okay. A cannot change. D to be negative, that is minus 4. So from here, my AP, if A is nothing but equal to 11 and D is equal to 4, then the AP will be The first term is a minus d, that is 11 plus 4, correct? It is 11 plus 4 is the first term because minus of minus d, comma 11, comma 11 minus 4. So that is 15, 11 minus 4, 7. Okay, that's my AP in the first case. In the first case, which is a decreasing AP. This is a decreasing AP. But if I consider the same thing where A is equal to 11 and D is equal to plus 4, that is nothing but going to be an increasing AP. So my AP will be 11 minus 4, comma 11, and the next one is 11 plus 4. So depending on whether it is an increasing PP, see when it is not given, how do I know? Both the answers are valid. Okay, both the answers are valid. So this is 7, 11, 15. There are two different APs based on whatever is paper. In case they mention that it is an increasing DP, increasing AP, sorry. So I have to consider that the common difference is going to be plus 4, not minus 4. Okay, in case they mention in the question. Since it has not been mentioned, so we'll consider it like this. Same thing, let's take the next example, which is based on 4 consecutive terms. Whose first 4 members in AP. See, here they have mentioned the find the 4 members of the AP where. So let's again, it's something related to consecutive terms. So let the consecutive terms be A minus 3D, comma A minus D, comma A plus D, and A plus 3D. So you have to remember that when we did the theoretical part, we told that if it is consecutive numbers of first 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5 numbers, generally 5 numbers is sufficient. And I told you how to go about with it. So as per the given condition, find the 4 members in the AP whose sum is 20. So summation of all these 4 terms is nothing but how much? It is equal to 40. So A minus 3D plus A minus D plus A plus D plus A plus 3D, which is equal to 20, right? So definitely D, all the D, 3D minus 3D cancels with plus 3D, D minus D gets cancelled with plus D. So left out is 4A is equal to 20. So from here, A is nothing but A is equal to 5. A is equal to 5. You got your A value. Now we have to find the D value. Now here it was not it is not related to product. If you see the very first one, the similar type of question, the product was 1115. We multiply the product, but here in this case it is sum of whose squares is 120. Yeah, so a little bit of a tedious work part, that is condition 2. Okay, I'm writing here this as condition 1. This is condition 2. So this is as per the given condition. This is the squares a plus a minus 3d square, the sum of the squares, that whole, plus a minus d square plus a plus d square plus a plus 3d whole square. That is nothing but equal to 120. Now you might be thinking, sir, we have to expand all these and then find out what should be the thing. See, you have no other option left, but when you do it, you'll see that everything more or less is getting cancelled out. So anyways, just expanding it, a square plus 9d square minus 3 to the 6 ad. No substitute, anyways, it will get cancelled. Okay, this is our first term's expansion. Going with the second term expansion. This is a square plus b square minus 2ad. Yeah. So if you look into this, everything is like terms. You can add and you can do the necessary things. Okay. Plus a square plus d square plus 2ad plus a square plus 9b square plus 6ad. This is summating to how much? 120. So important over here is that this is minus 6ad, this is plus 6ad, get cancelled. Minus 2ad plus 2ad again will get cancelled. Left out is nothing but a square, a square, a square, and a square. That is 4a square. Similarly, 9d square plus 1, 10d square plus 1, 11d square plus 9d square, that is plus 20d square is equal to 120. So everything gets, it becomes easier. Now you substitute, you know the value of a, substitute the value of a, that is 4 into 5 square plus 20d square. Now you might be, we can take common, yeah, we could take in common and then done same thing. So 20d square is equal to nothing but 120 minus 5 plus are 25. 25 into 4 is 100. That is nothing but 20. 20 divided by 20 is your d square. So from here, d turns out to be plus minus 1, depending on whether it is a increasing or a decreasing AP. Again, they have not mentioned. So we'll have to consider both of it and then find out our required answer. Okay. In case if d is equal to 1. So you know the value of a anyways. So the terms are a minus 3d, comma, a minus d, comma, a plus d, and a plus 3d. Yeah. So if d is equal to 1, the values of the AP is nothing but 5 minus 3, that is 2. Substitute the values definitely and keep getting. 5 minus 1 is 4. Then you have, right, 5 minus 3. Then you have 5 plus 1, 6. And then you have 5 plus 3, which is 8. That's your AP, the 4 terms. In case if d is equal to minus 1. Okay, the terms are the same, a minus 3d, comma, a minus d, comma, a plus d, and then a plus 3d. So this turns out to be 8, comma, 6, because 5 plus 1, 6. Yeah, 5 minus 1, 4. Next is 2. That's my AP, depending on whether it is an increasing or a decreasing AP. Yeah, this is with respect to 4 terms. Now let's see what's the next question. Here I'll have to divide 216 basically into 3 parts, which are again in AP, and the product of the 2 smaller parts is 5040. So again, on the similar basis, because see, when you divide in three parts of such that they are in AP, those three parts, you can assume they're consecutive APs. It's easier. So let's assume the consecutive APs are A minus D, the three parts in which it is divided. So you might think that, sir, I'll divide as AX, Y, and something else. Not required. And neither did they tell it is three equal parts. So please, that is also something that you can't take into consideration. Okay. So this 216 is divided into three parts which are in AP. So basically, the sum of all these should be summating to how much? To 1, 6. So with respect to condition 1, because if these are the three parts, definitely if I add all of them, what should I get? 216, which is the ultimate value. A minus D plus A plus, so this is an indirect way of asking consecutive numbers, which is again teacher's favorite. So from here you get again 3A is equal to 216. So from here A is nothing but 3 sevens are 21, 3 twos are 6. A is nothing but 72. With respect to condition 2, they state that the product of the two smaller parts, which are the two smaller parts? That is A into A minus D. These are the smaller parts, right? Because these are the first term and the second term. So definitely smaller the term, so it is smaller the values. We are considering that. Now, don't think that to be a decreasing AP. So I'm considering it to be an increasing AP, basically. So condition 2 is the product of the two numbers, that is A minus D, the smaller parts, smaller two parts. A is 5040. So A is 72, that is 72 minus D into 72 is equal to 5040. Correct? 5040. So what you can do is nothing but 5040 divided by 72. When you try to do, you will get the answer as 72 minus D is equal to 5040 divided by 72. It turns out to be 70. Turns out to be 70. So from here, D, the common difference that we are trying to find out here is 72 minus 70 is equal to D. D is equal to 2. That's my common difference. Now, if you have to find the three parts, definitely we need to find the three parts. Okay. Definitely we need to find the three parts. So 216, I'm just writing in this format. 216, it's divided into three parts, not three equal parts, but again. So the three parts were A minus D, A, and A plus D. Correct? So A minus D is 72 minus 2, that is nothing but 70. One more part is 72, and this is nothing but 72 plus 2, 74. Is this an increasing AP? I told you we're charging the same. We're assuming that it's increasing, so the value of D is also positive. So these are the parts in which 216 are divided: 70, 72, and 74. Excuse me. Here with this. Okay. Now, again, another type of question. There's another question where I don't know if I've taken that into consideration. If I've not taken, I'll just take that in the next class. Okay. I'll just take that in the next class. You'll have to find the AP when the terms are given from the end and all this. So this is sum of, you have to find the sum of the last 8 terms of the AP, where the AP is given in this format. So with the AP given in this format, this is an increasing AP. How do I know it is an increasing AP? This is minus 12, minus 10, minus 8. So the values are nothing but increasing. It's coming to positive value. So when you try to do this, to find the common difference, rather, I say. Common difference. So common difference is nothing but succeeding term minus the preceding term. So when you do this, common difference D turns out to be 2. Now you might think that, so I can assume the first term to be 12. Sorry, minus 12. Yeah, you can do, but that is in case of when you're finding it from the first. But they're telling you to find only the 8 terms. Only the 8 terms of the AP, and it should be that too from the last. So what I'll do is I'll just consider the AP to be completely the other way around. That is nothing but AP will be now 58. Okay. Now this will be 56. Why did I consider D to be minus or why not plus? Because 58 is the last term. So I'll have to keep decreasing the value. 54 goes on all the way till minus 12. Now it is easy for me to find out the first 8 terms. So I'll be finding out the sum of first 8 terms. So sum of first 8 terms. Okay, where you know the value of A, that is 58, and D is minus 2. So you know this, definitely you can, and N is nothing but, sorry, so just add on, N is equal to 8. Okay, so I've just shifted the AP completely ulta, and then I'm just trying to do it. So sum of 8 terms is, okay, rather I write the formula for SFN. Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So when I substitute the values, s of 8 terms, that is 8 by 2, 2 into 58 plus, that is 8 minus 1, 7. Yeah, 7 into b is minus 2. So S of 8 terms is 4 into, this is 50 plus 50, 100, 116, and this is minus 14. 7 to the 14. So when you try to do this, this turns out to be S of 8 is 4 into 14, so that is 102. So S of 8 terms is nothing but 4 2s are 8, 0, 4 1s are 4, 408. 408. So that's how we go about to find out the sum of when it's asked in terms of last 8 terms. All I do is just completely make the AP into upside down, and then it's easier for me to find it out. Okay, here. So yeah, this is we just find up here today.